Brent Johnson, and today we are still in Princeton, New Jersey. We have come to Princeton University, and today I am in the beautiful chapel here on the campus. This building was begun in 1925 and completed in 1928. Ernest M. Skinner built an organ in here. Over the years, it was altered by a few people, added to, changed a bit, but in 1991, the Mander Organ Company gave us the beautiful instrument we have in here today. The instrument fills this room wonderfully. Eric Plutz is the university organist, and he demonstrates the organ for us. So we're here at the console. With me is Eric Plutz, university organist here at Princeton University. How long have you been here?
20 years.
20 years. So you've had a long time to get to know this instrument.
Indeed.
And it must just be amazing to get to work with this every week.
I'm so lucky. I'm the world's luckiest organist to be here.
It's just a fantastic sound in the room, and it's quite a history to the instrument. It was originally E.M. Skinner, correct?
Yep, 1928.
That was when the building was new.
Right.
And all installed up here in the front. And then changes were made over the years, though.
Yes, in the 50s, well, first of all, in 1928, it was heralded as, having the latest technology, but the acoustic in the room was artificially deadened by Guastavino tile in the ceiling and on the side aisles. So in the 50s, there's been a constant desire to make it better, to make it work better. And in the 50s, Aeolian Skinner had merged with Aeolian by that point, and they added some sounds in the Nave division to help with congregational singing. They changed a few things up in front here, and that those changes remained until 1991, when it was totally renovated by Mander. Also, before that, the acoustical change had been made. It's been sealed. That happened in 85, 86, and so the room then had the acoustic that one would expect from this size.
Okay. And then Mander in 91 did this complete renovation, so everything here works and it's all wonderfully arranged. I was looking at the spec, and there's a lot of different pressures, there's a lot of different things. You can tell it's been tooled to be just right. So what I'd like to do, how do you normally introduce this instrument when you give tours and show it to people?
Well, I like to explain. Of course, many of the people I'm giving the tours to are not organists, and I'll explain how it all works. But for this audience, it's a wonderful instrument. It's basically English. In its backbone is English, and people come here wanting to play French music a lot, which I totally understand. But I think it excels at playing English music.
And this was one of G. Donald Harrison's first forays with the Skinner Company, I know, so it had a lot of his English influence.
Yeah.
The Willis influence was coming over at the time in the Skinner organ. So I know that's still there, and you can definitely hear it in the room.
Yeah.
Well, which division should we start with?
We can certainly start with the grate if you want to.
Where is the grate located in the room? Because we have most of the organs up here.
Yes. So there are two cases, and they're similar, if not identical, but the chambers behind them couldn't be more different. The most of the organ is on the south side, and it actually the chamber is as deep as that transept wall. Wow. It's an enormous palatial chamber up there, and the grate, swell, choir, and pedal are all in that chamber.
Everything's up there.
So the solo is the chamber above the console on the north side, and so and then there's some other divisions in the nave. So. The grate is on the south side.
Okay. Well, let's just start with the grate, and I want you to just build up the principal chorus for me.
All right.
The only surprise in there is how, as it gets higher and higher, we get brighter and brighter for an English sound.
Yeah.
I know that was kind of the new thing at the time. I also don't know how much that's been changed from the original Skinner and how many brighter things were altered.
I will say that the reeds have all been renovated again since the Mander renovation, and so the reeds have been worked on. All the reeds. This organ has more reeds than normal.
Yeah, of course.
For this style of an instrument.
But yeah, how bright that 4-foot clarion was, especially on top of other darker, warmer 8-foots, it's just interesting design choice.
Well, and this, so I tell organists that come, these are sort of, if you want the French music, this is the sound to use, and if you wanted English sound, these reeds on the solo are much warmer. So this is the great.
There's a lot more power behind those as well.
They're
just not as bright.
And they're right above us, yeah.
True. Okay. So from there, how about the choir division? Let's go through that one.
The choir is all Mander. This was a design change from what was here originally.
Okay.
The choir was buried and ineffective in the original design. And so this was the only real change that was put on this instrument at that point. So the placement of the choir is right at the front of the case. It's sort of like an English chair division from in the old style. It's not under expression. It's unenclosed and it's right up next to the case, so that right up next to the facade, so that the choir can
hear it
hold on to those pitches.
Okay,
yes.
So it is more to accompany your singers and fill this space up here. Okay.
Right.
Well, I'll let you take us through it.
These two stops are the only two stops that have chiff. So nice and clear box sounds.
It's really obvious here up at the console that everything is just right there. It's very clear and present, much more than the great.
Yes.
You can tell. So it's obviously
Yes.
doing its job, but it's also very gentle. It's not
Right.
not forceful.
It's not
at all,
strong.
and a lot of bright colors. So that's fun to have all those little colors to play with and all
Yeah.
those little toys there. So
Yep.
Okay, well let's come over to the Swell division now. Now it's also on this side.
Yes.
And we have a large Swell division here.
It's very large, larger than some organs. Yes. So it's this has remained mostly unchanged
Really?
from E.M. Skinner.
Okay.
The only thing that was added, I believe, is the 4-foot Undamaris, which is very successful.
Oh, wonderful.
So,
All right. Well, let's take us through the Swell here.
all right.
what a great division. You've got sounds from the ethereal to the powerful and just everything in between. Especially those reed combinations. That's amazing that you've got all those different colors of choruses there.
It's remarkable. The cornopian is basically your typical trumpet stop, but most organs would have an oboe and a trumpet, and that's it. And this has three options, which means you can the middle option doesn't have to be really trumpety, right. And so it's sort of a round trumpet, and then the French trumpet is really extreme.
Yeah, I love having that variety of timbre and reed color, and I love seeing swell divisions where you have that option.
Yeah.
The one thing that surprised me with the sesquialtera, because there was so much brightness in the chorus, and this sesquialtera seems a little muted. And
well, it is, your ear picked up on the fact that this is the one change that I've asked is that the 1 3/5 rank be it's blocked off.
Oh, so we weren't getting the.
You weren't getting. It was just a 2 2/3.
Okay.
I've been playing a lot of this Vierne music that he constantly calls for a 2 2/3 in the swell.
I see.
And so it is even when both ranks were playing, it is a very.
But yeah, it didn't add, even the 2 2/3 didn't add much to
right.
it. So, but
right.
Great for Vierne and handy there. So
yeah.
One user modification. All right.
I did want to say this: the chests in the swell and the solo are 73 note chests for anything that's a 4 foot or below. So all of that has most of that has an extra octave at the top, and.
I'm a huge fan of that for just flexibility.
It's just built to make the organ sound its best.
And on top of an instrument that is not inflexible, you've got a lot of things here, and then yet you've still got all your 8 foots can become 4 foots, and that's great. Yeah. Well, let's go over to this side now and talk about the solo or other manual division here.
Yeah.
Now tell me about the solo division. How much of this is original, or how much has been changed?
Oh well. You're testing my memory.
Okay.
From what I remember, the clarinet is original. No, it's original.
Okay.
The French horn is new from Mander, and the viola and viola celeste are from Mander.
Okay.
I don't know about the orchestra oboe. The cor anglais is original, and the reeds are all original from 1928. This chorus mixture, I believe, is Mander, and the tuba mirabilis. This is a great story about the tuba mirabilis. My predecessor, Karl Weinrich, was great at playing Bach. He was a real Bach scholar, and he played Bach all the time. He lived in the time when everybody wanted to play Bach more authentically.
Sure.
He made some changes to the instrument to do that, and in the Mander renovation, they set it back to its original orchestral intent. The tuba mirabilis he removed, and unfortunately put in the basement of the chapel in a pile.
Oh, no.
Not racked, not supported, and by the time the renovation happened, the pipes that were still there had become pancaked.
Yeah.
And so Mander wasn't sure they would be able to resurrect them, and the decision was made to have the gallery trumpet in case. But they were able to resurrect this tuba. It's original from 1928, under 25 inches of wind, and speaks with authority over the whole instrument. It's a wonderful round sound. It's not oppressive. It's not offensive. It is strong, but it's not. It's wonderful. So that's the story of the tuba mirabilis, and now we have both the very different sound from the.
How nice again to have the options between the darker and the brighter,
and
on opposite sides of the room in this case.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Almost a block away from each other. Really. Yeah. That's got to be a lot of its own challenges, but I'll let you take us through the solo division. I want to hear some of these colors over there.
All right.
So I stepped out there, for everybody wondering where I disappeared to. I stepped out to listen out there because it's a better place to hear.
Yeah.
I was surprised actually with how quiet some of the solo stops are. They're not overbearing.
Right.
They're just extra handy colors that you can use.
Exactly.
And you've almost got a chorus there that you can use as well. A couple of questions. The mixture.
Yes.
That chorus mixture is big.
Yes.
How does it function? Does you use it with the grate or with the reeds?
I often use it with the to bolster the reed chorus in the solo. So this is the reed chorus without it, and then with.
Really stands up to those reeds, though. It's still
it really, yeah.
a big punchy mixture.
And it really it works well in the room, if not right up here.
Okay.
It works well.
And that tuba is a miraculous stop. It sounds wonderful in the room. I'm so glad they were able to resurrect it and get it back in the organ.
Yeah.
I can't believe he wanted to take it out. I mean, I know it's not useful for Bach, but
yes.
Why take it out? And how else do you use that? I mean, is it a solo reed or can it function?
It crowns the whole instrument.
Okay.
It sounds impressive in the treble, where up here. But it also sounds strong, remarkably strong in the tenor register. And I usually employ it during hymns with that.
Yeah, that really pushes through.
That's over nearly full grate, nearly full swell, nearly full choir, with one pipe.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's placed pretty high and present in the chamber up there.
Sure, it's right in the front of right behind the facade pipes.
So yeah, it's speaking directly in the room.
Yeah.
What a great solo division. So,
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have one more manual division.
So the Nave division is as its name implies, it's in the nave. There are at the clear story level there's a walkway on both sides of the nave, and one side is taken up by pipework. So this was added to help with congregational singing when the acoustics were not optimal, and so this is sort of it's a completely additional division. It's not integral to the instrument. It's a floating division, so you have to tell it where you want it to play in either Nave on swell, Nave on grate, Nave on solo. So I'm happy to go through that.
Tell me about the stops you've got in here.
All right, well, this is the diapason. Adding the 4-foot. Adding the 2-foot. And the mixture. This trumpet stop is the original trumpet from the choir division that was moved.
Okay.
And there is another mixture back there, but it doesn't play nicely with the mixture that we do use.
Okay.
So it is disconnected.
Oh, I see.
It's there, but
it's mostly just a lot of brightness to help
even more brightness.
bring in the
Yes.
congregation. So I can see how that would be useful. Okay.
Now what we haven't heard yet is the corde nuit, the 8-foot flute in the nave. It is, as the stops indicate here, it's enclosed in its own box in the back there, and unfortunately the box doesn't work.
Oh, no.
So it is not. It's already fairly quiet, but it can't get any quieter.
Okay.
and there's a celeste.
So just handy for some antiphonal, soft, ethereal things.
I use this division with hymns, and I use it for back and forth antiphonal stuff.
Okay.
There's no real need to have it play with the main organ to help with this anymore. Yeah. So that's okay. How I use that.
All right, and that has pedal division back
yes.
there as well.
The contrabass. And with the principal. Forefoot. Together. And a cornet.
Distinctive sound. Are all of those pedal stops independent?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's one rank.
Okay.
Stephen would be able to tell you.
We'll find out. All right. Well, while we're in the pedal, we have a whole pedal division over here. Tell me about this one.
All right. The real claim to fame of this instrument is that it has the first contraffugato that Skinner ever built.
Really?
The one at the National Cathedral, all the others that are in E.M. Skinner instruments came after this one.
Everyone heard this one and had to have one.
Well, and the story I heard was that the organist at the time wanted a third 32-foot pipe rank, and wanted a violone, a string, which was understandable, but there wasn't room in the chamber for it, and Skinner said, "I've been playing around with this small reed, kind of a small scale reed." So it's at the 32-foot level. What's sort of so I'll play it. There are some notes. Some notes are better than others, but if we couple all the strings together and then play, a chord.
Almost believe it's a string.
It sounds like a string.
It's got so much bass power to it, but it's not loud. It's like it's shaking the floor a little bit underneath me, but it's not a big, loud, brassy reed.
Right.
It's just a nice, almost rosiny violone. That's amazing.
Right.
Okay.
So this is actually a whole unit.
Okay.
Originally, I thought it was 32 and 16. I think Mander added the 8 and the 4.
Took it on up
so it goes all the way up.
Full.
And of course, as it gets higher, it's more charming. And
useful.
Yeah.
To have a colorful but not overpowering reed
right
up there. Okay.
So that's the main thing.
Gotcha.
But so these three sounds you've heard before because they're borrowed. So here's the violone. And the first diapason. Now they're very similar.
Yeah.
So I find that I have to just decide which one is best.
The violone's got a little more edge to it, but as it should. But yeah, that's a
and one of these I think the first diapason is a new rank from 1928,
okay,
which when I play this one, this is the diapason wood, the original from 1928.
It's amazing. Yes.
It's a remarkably open. It's an open, big scale bass, and before this first diapason was added, we didn't have very good options in the pedal. I mean, you know, we had this, and if you wanted more, you had this, but then we went to this, you know. Which was, so all right. So then this is the cello. The gedeckt. Principal. Four-foot flute. Four-foot 15th. And remarkably, this organ has two mixtures in the pedal.
Wow.
This is what the mixture that you would expect. And when you put that over the principal chorus,
Okay.
Then there's the Grave mixture, which is less useful.
Well, more about harmonic color.
Right, and comes into play with this stuff.
Gives you a lot of clarity down there in the bottom.
Yeah.
Without being super bright. Okay.
Right.
And then
The
reeds.
the reeds. There is, of course, the great trombone is available in the pedal, but then the pedal rank, the pedal bombard.
That's amazing.
The low C has a real bite to it.
Yeah, indeed.
The 8-foot trumpet. And this 4-foot clarion is not as strong as you would expect.
Okay. Indeed. Yeah.
It's very useful for 4-foot, you know,
Yeah, just a little extra.
chorale based
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of chorale preludes.
Because you only have the other 4-foot reed,
Right.
so you have a
Which
loud
is
one
even
and soft one.
well.
Or is that one softer?
This one is,
Clarion's a loud one.
and then
Yeah, right.
that's even softer.
Okay.
But this is sort of soft in terms of a clarion, I think. These are all three independent ranks, and now the contrabombard 32. Of course, just the bottom octave is here, and then the at tenor C, it's an extension.
Okay, it goes
Tenor C, it starts playing the bombard.
Oh, makes sense.
So, but this is the wooden resonators, full length.
And is that Skinner, or was that?
That's the
It's an
original
Skinner.
Skinner, and
Wow.
my predecessors left it alone.
Good for them.
Yes, it's
Well,
truly extraordinary.
That would not be easy to remove anyway. So
It's sort of anchored to the wall.
yeah, they probably put that in before any of the rest of the organ, I imagine. What an amazing sound! Yeah, it just
Yeah.
fills the room.
The only thing we didn't hear was the bottom 12 notes of this are.
I hope our microphones can pick that up because it's so much of a sensation rather than a pitch or a sound. It just fills this entire space. I'm glad they took care of the acoustic issues because it obviously just makes the room ring.
I graduated from Westminster Choir College undergrad, and as an undergrad, I came here and went to late night Episcopal services in the chancel. I stood over there, and when the organist used that stop, and I felt the floor shaking. That was the religious experience that most people have when they start playing the organ, but I had never experienced that.
Yeah, there's nothing like it.
It's just, and that's one pipe up there that's just in the right place, playing with the right frequency, that it just resonates.
It's a wonderful sound. I'm so glad this organ has been restored and is continuing to be cared for. Steve Emery is here, and he's going to help show us around a little bit. I know he takes care of this instrument and keeps it playing. It's such a jewel in this beautiful building, and the two work together so well. I'm so glad it's here, and thank you for inviting us in to come see it.
You are most welcome.
But now it's your turn. We're going to hear a little more of this instrument, so let me hear what you can do.
All right.
I'm Steve Emery, and I'm not really sure how long I've been. A long time. When?
At least 10 years, I would say.
I'd say, yeah, at least probably more than that.
Yeah, more than that. 15.
So you're the technician here that takes care of the
I
installation?
am.
Okay.
Well, we're going to go on this side first, and a lot of the pipes that you'll see from the outside were in the original organ speaking pipes. They're no longer playing, but the facade still looks the same. So on this side here is exclusively one side, the solo, and it's on 3 different levels. The most telling stop in the organ is the tuba mirabilis, which is behind those facade pipes that you see there. And you'll see that when you get up into it. So we are in the lower solo division. So at the front, we have the top end of the 16-foot string. Next in is an 8-foot whole flute, the Dulciana, 4-foot harmonic flute, a 2-foot. Next is the Undamaris, and we have 2 reeds, an English horn and a French horn. The French horn is new, and the whole flute is new. Everything else on the chest are retained from the original Skinner or one of the rebuilds of the Skinner, which would have been in the 50s. This is the low 6 of the 16-foot tuba, and we'll see that in 2 more levels, the rest of it. We are in the 2nd level of the solo division. In the very front is the mixture. This is the new stop. It has also got, as a part of this stop, a 4-foot octave, and this is a stop that we can use for a pitch stop, like a tuning stop. The organ is, this pipe organ is tuned like all pipe organs to basically a stop that you use as a reference. And what I do is when I tune it, I'm always checking the pitch stop intervals, fourths and fifths and octaves, and then things get tuned to hit accordingly. This next stop here, the wood stop, is a Doppel flute. This was retained from the Skinner, actually one of the later Skinner rebuilds. This is the viola. This is the viola celeste. You may have those back. Your 2 reed stops here are from the Skinner, an orchestral oboe and the basset horn. Oh, we are. We're in the top of the solo division, and these are the 3 tubas. In the front is the 4-foot tuba. Next is the 8-foot tuba, and this one is the 16. The bases of this 16 are the wood ones that you filmed earlier.
So from up here on the top level, we can step down onto a platform, and there's a ladder going down, and it takes us to a door, and through that door, and we are out in the facade. This is where the tuba mirabilis lives. There's a look at the facade, and coming back in, we can see the 16-foot contragamba and how high up we are. This is still back in the solo division. He's talking about these mitered pipes bent to fit. But we go out of the chamber and back across the chancel to visit the other side of the organ.
This was my office when I first got here, the dean's study, but no longer. We have this door that would that only goes up so far, but we couldn't see the ladder because this is Princeton University. So we have the door.
We are in the main part of the organ. This bottom section where we are has got mostly pedal stuff. These large pipes here are all for the pedal. This side is all pedal. And if you turn around and look, this is where the largest pipes of the organ are. This 32-foot Borden are these large wood pipes here that you see. This is pedal top end. You have a first or a 16-foot principal, the top end, violone, 4-foot flute, 8-foot flute, 4-foot octave, 2 mixtures, trumpet, clarion. This division here is all new with Mander, and this is the choir division. At the very front, you see there's an 8-foot principal. Next, behind it is a 4-foot octave, a Spitz viol, roar flute, 4-foot flute, tune 2/3, 2-foot flute, 1 3/5, 2-foot octave. Then there's the 1 1/3, and then a little mixture, trumpet, crumhorn. And to your left, down here, are the bases of the violone and the contrabass stops. These are all pedal stop. The wood was. So here were the original largest pipes in the organ. These were facade pipes, but not playing. This is the great grate 1. This is all new. This is the first diapason, the 4-foot octave, 2-foot, tune 2/3, chorus mixture. This is all Mander. This division here is, most of it is from the original Skinner. This is second grade division. A 16-foot Borden is that. This is the concert flute. Next is the second diapason, the 16-foot double diapason, flute harmonic, stop diapason, principal 4, stop flute 4, piccolo 2, cornet, and sharp mixture. These 3 stops here are new. And the shades that you see directly behind you is the Swell division. Bends here. This is the bass pipes of the 16-foot open diapason, the wood and violone. This is the bass, first open principal here, the bass to these pipes. These are basses to these. This is a tuning keyboard. So from this keyboard, you can access everything on this side. For example, if you want to play some choir stops, Swell, pedal, right there is the base of the 32-foot bombard. Those big wood boots there, and that's more of it up there. That's kind of worth hearing too.
Now I've always wanted to do this because this is a high-speed camera. That's normal footage, slowed down almost 10 times. This is what that looks like. We see the damper release, and I think this should be vibrating about 22 hertz in real time. And then as the note is released, the damper inflates and stops the reed from vibrating almost immediately. And here's what that looked like in real time.
32-foot boards. This is F sharp, G, G sharp, and A. The bigger ones are on that wall. Right to your left, these pipes here are worth noting. This is another 32, but it's an entirely different quality. And let me play it for you because it kind of, you heard how loud the last one was.
up on a walkboard walking next to the trebles of Tfagoto, as well as the Borden here. This is the way that leads up to the swell, but we're looking out over all of the pedal and grate pipes here.
These wood pipes and metal pipes here are all part of the open wood. And this is the top end of the Fagata. It's 16-foot Borden pedal.
Now from here we go up the ladder into the swell. Opening the swell means moving the walkboard out of the way, and then stepping up in there and putting the walkboard back down, which is easy enough for one person to do. Two of us squeezing up here was quite a trick.
Out front you have two mixtures, small one and the large one. These are new. Solutional, Flauto Dolce, Vox Celeste for the solutional, new Namaris 2, this is a new Mander stop, Flute Celeste, this is old Skinner, it goes with this set here, the oboe, and the Vox Humana. Is the base of the 16-foot Poisson, base of the Vox Celeste, base of the Solutional, and the base of the 16-foot Gedek is tucked behind it.
One luxurious thing to note in this organ is, I believe, most if not all of the Celestes go all the way down to low C and are 73 notes. And we're coming over to the other side of the swell. This is the rear chest.
Back here is the 16-foot Borden. This is the roar flute. You'll notice the wood stoppers in the metal pipes. 4-foot triangular flute. This is a 2-foot piccolo. This was a sesquialtera. This is the new Mander stop. This is the 16-foot Poisson. This is the Cornopian 8. On this side, we have the diapason in front. This is also old Skinner. Gamba, 4-foot octave. The 15th, Gamba Celeste. French trumpet, 4-foot clarion.
And that is everything in the main chamber. From here, we're going to make our way to the Nave division on the opposite end of the church. But we're going to stop and check out the blowers downstairs because, well, they're on the way. Just like the engines on Star Trek, you can tell when we're getting closer to the blower room as the sound gets louder and louder.
This is the choir room. What's interesting about this space here, this is Eric's office. And Eric's office was where the original combination action was for the organ.
Also, this is my first time seeing a carillon practice instrument.
The fans are running to try to cool it down. There's two blowers in there, and they're both running.
We head back upstairs, and now it's a bit of a walk all the way down the end of the nave, up to the Nave division. We had a few tourists dropping in on us during the recording session. The biggest issue, you can see there's some work going on in the church, and we had to work around that and convince them to be quiet, but mostly we were undisturbed during this visit.
This is how I tune the trumpet on Schwab. So I have a ladder that leans there, and I can get it from there.
The stairways in this building bring back memories of Fourth Presbyterian in Chicago, another Ralph Adams Cram designed building. And we're up a level on the gallery above the Enchimade, and this was kind of surprising to see. This one rank has its own tuning keyboard.
Trumpet Enchimade. We didn't have a ladder here when my first trip here. I had Nave. After about one visit of going to the basement and hauling up a ladder. Right, we're going down and then up.
So now we're entering into the clear story level, running parallel here down to the nave, which we can see through the openings. And this takes us to two chambers that make up the nave organ.
Lower room for this division up here. The Shimon has got its own bowl.
Walk through another empty space, and then there is a chamber here that is completely open. You see our pedal 16s laying horizontal.
This whole division here, including the wind chest and reservoir, was put in the 50s under G. Donald Harrison. So this is all pipe work from that time period. It's the only Skinner main wind chest that's in use in the organ.
Continue through to one more area, also completely open, but very tight fit in here. And yet another tuning keyboard.
This is Nave division. This is older pipe work that was repurposed from one of the other rebuilds. Flute and Flute Celeste are back in there in that division, and they're from the Alien Scouts.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour of the Mander Skinner organ here at Princeton University Chapel. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up down below, and make sure you're subscribed to our channel because we have some videos coming out from somewhere in the world and you'll want to watch those. My thanks to Eric Plutz, to Steve Emery, and to the staff of Princeton University for letting us come in here and being quiet while we made a lot of noise on a Wednesday morning. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you would like to help us to get to more places like Princeton University, you can do that by becoming a sponsor of the Oregon Media Foundation. You can find out more information about that by going to our website, oregon.media, and clicking on support. That's it for now. Until next time, I'm Brent Johnson. Thank you for watching.